Bonjour, you beautiful humans. Let's get into today's lesson, which we'll be going over triangular prisms and the lateral surface of triangular prisms. So we actually have all the vocab we need for it. Oh, that's a lie. No, we don't. I see triangular prism down here, number 15. So a triangular prism is a 3D figure whose bases are triangles. Let's call them congruent triangles because both bases will be the same. And whose other faces are quadrilaterals. Meaning a four-sided shape, which is most likely a rectangle or a square. All right, the formula we're going to be using is this guy and the formula for perimeter, which we know to add all the sides together. All right, go ahead and head to page 3. Tres, trois, en français. Oh, sorry, page 4, my bad. Definitely not page 3, page 4. All right, the lateral surface area is the sum. It's going to be the same as it was for rectangular prisms. The sum of all, or the area of all faces, meaning not bases. So some examples would be maybe the fabric of a tent, or the shingles and bottom of a roof. I don't really know if you guys know what shingles are, so. Okay. Step 1, again, your first 3 steps are going to be the most important. If you can master these first 3 steps, no matter what sort of lateral or total surface area of any prism or pyramid, 3D object, you will get it right. So first things first, we're going to set up a T-chart. In your notes, they're already set up. You're welcome. You will need to set it up on your own. Please do not skip this step. Then we are going to write the surface area formula depending on what shape we're dealing with, rectangular or triangle, and then lateral versus total. And today we're doing lateral. Then we're going to shade in the base shape, which today is going to be the triangles. Then we're going to highlight the height. After you get those 3 steps done, the rest is easy peasy. Step 4, plug in the height. And then mark it out so you don't use it again. I tend to skip this step. I don't necessarily mark it out because as long as I identify the height, I know to not use it again. I've already used it once. But if you need that extra step of marking it out, please do that. Step 5, draw the base shape and transfer the dimensions. Yesterday or last time it was a rectangle. This time it's going to be a triangle. Find the perimeter. Of the base shape by adding all the side lengths. By adding all side lengths. Lastly, plug in the remaining letters and calculate. Okay, we have 2 examples. I'm going to do the first example. I would really like you to work ahead and try to finish the second example without me. Or at least, work ahead. So that way you're constantly checking your work and not copying my work. So, what did I say? I was going to do example 2? Cool. Yeah, I'll do example 2. That's fine. Okay. Since I know I'm finding the lateral surface area, I'm going to copy our formula of perimeter times height. And then this is a triangle or a triangular prism. I know that because here is one of my bases, and then I know that, on the other side, I can't necessarily see it, it's not drawn out, but I know that that's going to be my other base, right? 2 congruent triangles. So then let's identify the height. That is going to be the distance between the two bases. So let's copy my triangle down. I know this is 13, 13, and 10. My height, I know to be 14, already got that. So I have H, now I need to find P, which I know is adding all the sides together. Use my calculator, 13 plus 13 is 26, plus 10 is 36. Now plug that into my formula. Again, letting my calculator do the work, 36 times 14. Therefore, the lateral surface area equals 504 millimeters squared. So, what did I do? First, I identified my bases, then I identified my height. I pulled out my base, I pulled out my height, I found the perimeter and then plugged it into the formula, perimeter times height. There it is. Boom shakalaka. So now, let's get to your example, meaning you're going to be working ahead. So, you should have already pulled out your formula and written triangle. Then identifying your bases. I see a triangle here, and I know it's going to be the same on the other side. Identifying your height is the distance between the two bases. So it's going to be that 22. Then pulling out my triangle, pulling out the dimensions. Pulling out my height. Now I need to find the perimeter. Okay, so the perimeter, I know to be all sides put together. So I have 24 plus 7 plus C. So this is going back to the Pythagorean theorem. So I need to find A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Therefore, in my calculator, I should be doing 7 squared plus 24 squared, finding the square root. So now I've got 49 plus 576. Find the square root. C should equal 25. Okay, so let's plug that in for C. Let the calculator do the work. 24 plus 7 is 33, plus 25 is, what? 24 plus 7. Oh, sorry, 31 plus 25. There we go. Woo! 56. Plug that in. Let the calculator do the work. 56 times 22 should have come out to 1,232. Okay, in this one, we did have this extra step of having to find our hypotenuse. That might happen, guys, but you know how to do it. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I feel like that should have been like the easiest thing, easiest unit. Cool. That's it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.